Hey, once again, it's Casey, caller for History U.S. Revolutionary War 512 for Liberty University. Tonight I'm going to be talking about the legacy of Thomas Jefferson. Here you go. The legacy of Thomas Jefferson is something that many people discuss and argue about of recent. Through most of his life, and even a short time after his life, after he passed away, there was many people who thought nothing but great things of him, but there was apparently always this undertone of infidelity with slaves and such as that. I think it's interesting to look at his legacy as what is on his tombstone. It reads, "Here was buried Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of Independence of the State of Virginia for religious freedom, and the father of the University of Virginia." He doesn't mention anything about his work in the Louisiana Purchase, or the Indian Territories, or Lewis and Clark expedition, or even being a president or vice president. So I think that's kind of interesting as to who he thought he was and what was significant about his work. I think up till recent years, with the final evidence of his out of wedlock children, and even allegations of even rape at some point also, I think they taint his legacy somewhat, from being a great founding father, a noble man, to being flawed. His legacy, I think, is just that, flawed, because of these issues with infidelity and the slaves, and even a lot of people's thought of his treatment of the Indians also. So I think the reality of it is he was a great leader, a great founding father, and a visionary who helped ensure that our country got off to a great start, and was a great leader in expanding our country and in those values. But also, I think it shows he was a real person and had his flaws as well. So I think you almost should look at those as two separate things and say, yeah, as a leader, as a statesman, he was as good as we could get, as good as we could ask for. But in his personal life, I think he probably left some things lacking. So I think that's his legacy. I think that all the good he did is cast shadow upon because of his misgivings and being human and making those mistakes. And I think he understood that his legacy would be that of something flawed because of what's his epitaph on his tombstone. I think it shows somewhat humble, and I think if he were around today, he would understand that his legacy is not what it should be because of those personal issues. Thank you.